So as you're sitting watching this, you will be, to a certain extent, aware of your body. There will be a sense of your body. There's something here right now which knows your body. There's something here right now which effortlessly is knowing your body. And I could ask you, I could say, try right now not to feel your body. Try to stop feeling your body. Try to stop being aware of your body. You can't turn awareness off. Awareness is always effortlessly knowing you. Awareness is completely effortlessly knowing your body. Awareness is completely effortlessly knowing your mind. Awareness is completely effortlessly knowing this experience that you're having right now. I challenge you to turn it off. I challenge you to stop being aware right now. You can't. If you can't turn it off, if you can't get rid of awareness, then it must be effortless. And if you notice that there's this awareness here which knows your body, which knows your mind, which knows your experience, and that you can't turn it off, then you have become aware of awareness. Now, this is so simple, yet so profound. This is so simple, yet it is a doorway to happiness without cause. It is a doorway to the peace that passes understanding. It is a doorway to the joy of being. What is it that knows or is aware of your experience? So let's take the body. And maybe you're someone who's experiencing emotions. Maybe you're even feeling emotions of frustration right now. What does he mean? Awareness, all this. Maybe you're feeling sadness, maybe you're feeling anxiety, maybe you're feeling emotional reactions related to traumas you've been through. Now, one wonderful practice when you're experiencing whatever these waves of sensation and emotion are that are moving through your body, one wonderful practice is when these things are experienced, when you're experiencing them, is to ask yourself the question, what knows this? So take a tight nervous system, for instance. If you can feel a tight nervous system, you ask yourself the question, okay, what knows or is aware of this tight nervous system? And then you go to the experience of being aware. You sense into that which knows your body. Now, say you have a thinking pattern going on in the mind. Sometimes we get caught in these loops of thinking. It's very human. It's very normal, but it's not particularly natural. You don't see many animals obsessing over things. It's a very human thing. But anyway, if you notice that you're caught in this loop of thinking, then you can ask yourself the question, what knows this mind? very curious about what knows this loop of thinking. And when you ask yourself that question, what knows this mind? What knows this loop of thinking? Then you may be put in touch with the space within which your mind is arising. You may be put in touch with the space within which these thoughts are arising, and place your attention there. Give yourself to that space more than you're giving yourself to that loop. Give yourself to that space. Now, the more you practice this, the more obvious it will become, but at first it might be quite subtle. You might ask yourself this question, okay, what knows or is aware of the mind? And you might just take you might just become a little bit quieter inside. You might just notice that awareness here. But the mind may still be strong, but even if there's a tiny little difference in your experience when you ask that question, it means you're on the right track. Become more interested in what knows your experience than your experience itself. Become more interested in what knows your body. Have your attention placed more predominantly within that which knows your body than your body itself. Have your attention placed more predominantly within that which knows your thinking than the thinking itself. And in doing this, you open to the space of your own being. You open to the freedom which is always here, which has always been here. You awaken to being. So on this channel we talk a lot about meeting the feelings, meeting the body, coming into the feelings, and that's all good stuff. But it must be equally coupled with recognizing that which is always okay, that which does not need to heal, because we can get so obsessed with our healing. We're obsessed with our healing because we're not in touch with that which is already at peace, that which is already joyful, that which is already free. So as well as developing your capacity to feel, as well as developing these healing abilities within yourself, as well as healing the trauma, as well as healing the body, at the same time, alongside, inquire into that which does not need to heal, that which is already free, that quiet essence which is always here, which you fall into, which you die into every night when you fall asleep. And meditation is a good way of getting in touch with this space. And inquiry is a good way of getting in touch with this space. So I'll say again, your best friend, your number one inquiry, your number one teacher, would be to ask yourself the question, if you're struggling with something, to ask yourself the question, what is it that knows or is aware of this struggle? And if you're not really struggling with something, you ask yourself the question, what is it that knows or is aware of my experience? And you enjoy the taste of whatever that question evokes within you. Peace and love, my friends. Peace and love.